BBC School Report at Queen Elizabeth Grammar School in
Some of the stories we are looking at today are the effect of Brexit on local farmers, the school show and how some schools are shutting down their art and music departments as budget cuts bite. We also take a look at the weather.
But here's Ben with the school play Beauty and the Beast.
We're here at the Beauty and the Beast performance. We interviewed a cast member and this is what they said. What's it like being on the show?
So the show's a great place for people to come together, make a huge project, and it's just brilliant because you start in the start of September, do the auditions, get through the auditions, and if you get a part, if you're lucky enough to get a part, then you can work with other people. It's great for learning, it's great for people skills because you're in front of an audience 4 nights a week. It's great to test yourself and it's great to sort of push your boundaries of what you usually do.
Beauty and the Beast is a long line of successful performances at QEGS. Only time will show what great play is to come next.
Now here's Dan with why some schools are dropping their art and music departments.
Hello, I'm Dan. In the last few years, some schools in the UK have been shutting down their arts and music department due to lack of funding and staff. A report in 2015 said that in 2003 and 2013 there was a 50% drop in GCSE entries for design and technology, 22% for drama, 25% for other craft and art subjects. Here is what some people said. Do you think arts and drama and music are an important part of a student's education?
Yeah, I do. I think that they help express the creativeness of whoever is being educated.
Do you think arts and music are an important part of a child's education?
Yeah, so they are. It's important to be creative, really.
If children couldn't have access to arts and music, how would that make you feel?
I think it would be very sad because you'd be losing part of one's whole being because the creative arts are something that must run in parallel with the practical arts, thinking about mathematics and science, which are very important indeed, of course. The arts are on a different sort of psychological level, and to lose that would be like losing half of oneself and one's brain.
QEGS has a strong arts and music department, but because of funding cuts from the government, it has had to ask parents for funding to keep everything going. But even because of the cuts, Mr. Garrity doesn't think that he will shut the arts and music department. Here's what he said.
We're committed to keeping the breadth in the curriculum and all of our sort of arts and performance-based subjects going. So we have no intention of cutting any of those. They're such a rich part of the school. We want every student to have an opportunity to flourish in them, and we think it's a real big part of the community as well.
Even though other schools are shutting down their music and arts department, QEGS isn't in the end. I've been down and back to the studio.
Thank you, Dan. Here's Laurie with Brexit on farmers.
The average UK farmer is predicted to have its income fall from a current level of £38,000 per year to £15,000. Should the UK unilaterally open its borders to low-cost food producers, said the Agricultural and Horticulture Development Board, an advisory body to British farmers. The AHDB, which is funded by Levy on Farmers, also found that in the second scenario of the UK erecting protectionist trade barriers, farm incomes would fall to £20,000. However, if the UK succeeds in its objective of securing a free trade deal with the EU, the AHDB said the average farm income could rise slightly to £41,000 because an increase in trading expenses would push up costs of imports and therefore the prices that farmers can change for their products. How do you think Brexit will affect your farm?
Well, as a small farm there are probably more benefits to leaving than remaining. We will be subject to far less red tape rules and regulations which at present can be very difficult and very costly to follow. Our animal welfare for both poultry and animals is one of the highest in the world, and we may get proper recognition for this with opportunities to trade more effectively with countries outside Europe, such as India and Australia, as well as, of course, other countries which have a growing demand for our products in China and America.
How will Brexit affect your farm?
Well, we don't know at the moment, but I think it'll be a good thing in the long run when we get organised and get world markets going. Well, I hope so. We keep our fingers crossed. I think this will be all right. We shan't get told what to do, shall we?
Phil Bicknell, Market Intelligence Director at AHDB, said the extremes of putting up protectionist barriers or opening up unilaterally to low-cost competition from around the world is bad news for the viability and profitability of UK farms on average. Brexit could have a significant impact on farmers, but we don't know if it will be a positive or negative. I've been Laurie, back to the studio. Here's Loman with the weather.
Hello, here is your weather forecast for today. The forecast will be dry and bright, but southeasterly winds strengthening to give windy conditions in the afternoon, with cloudy weather expected all day, with winds reaching up to 18 miles per hour and the humidity in the air being at a relatively low percentage of 68. The temperature will reach up to 12 degrees later on in the day. Thanks a lot for tuning into the weather forecast today. I have been your host, Loman. Now back to the studio.
Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed.
Bye.